The North Dakota Soybean Council See for Yourself program recently took a group of farmers to the West Coast to get a closer look at ag in that part of the country and how North Dakota crops are used, transported, and shipped in the region. Agweek photojournalist Cody Rogness went along and gives us an inside look at an organic dairy operation.
This is my family's farm. It was established in 1924, so I'm the fourth generation on this farm. I work with my dad and my husband and my kids and my mom. We're an organic dairy. We ship to Organic Valley, and we have now for 11 years. We milk 200 cows. So if you want, we're gonna go ahead and go on over to the babies, and we'll start there. So this is our babies. When a dairy cow has a calf, we usually give our cows about 24 hours with their babies, but the reason we separate them is because a dairy cow produces enough milk for anywhere from 2 to 4 babies. So she's gonna need to be milked. So we separate them, and once they're about a week old, we bring them here. They're in these little hutches, one, because we don't use antibiotics. We wanna make sure they don't get sick. So everything goes into preventative. So we put them in here, they're in here for 2 months. They get a gallon a day, and then they have free choice hay, grain, and water.
It's incredibly important for farmers and ranchers to learn about other areas of agriculture, to go to different areas, talk to different farms. We're all in this together, and we need to work together, and having an understanding about what each other is doing is very important.
So this is our second heifer facility. So each one of these pens has enough beds for every single calf. By the time they're 7 months old or so, they leave the property and they are out to pasture until they come back. So that's also part of our certification. They have to have grass after a certain age, and her minimum days on pasture has to be 120. That's the minimum that she will be on pasture every year. But there's also a requirement of how many cows you can have on so many acres. You know, the maximum being 3 cows per acre. So part of our actual rules state that they have to eat so much of the pasture themselves. We can't cut it, put it in front of them. They actually have to go out and graze 30% of their dry matter.
They have to be really specific to what they do. They have to mind their P's and Q's. All dairies do, you know, a lot, and the organic ones even do it to the next extreme. So they pay really good attention to their health, the health of their animals and how they handle their animals and the comfort of their animals. I think they do a very good job here, especially on that.
So we milk at 3 in the morning and we milk at 3 in the afternoon. They'll come in here into a holding cell. We wash our cows, so we have a shower that comes up from the bottom and it just washes their bellies. And then they come in here 6 at a time on each side. It takes only 7 minutes or so to milk a cow. It takes roughly 5 hours to milk all of the cows, and that's including this setup and takedown of the cow.
I was a little surprised at the difference in the fact that cows last longer. A couple years, a 4.5-year-old cow in a general dairy barn is probably done, where they get a couple up to 6.5 generally here at an organic. That was quite surprising to me.
It was really interesting to get their perspective. We heard about the rules and regulations they have to work with and work around, and they, like the soybean producers, you know, have to listen to their consumers and respond to what the buyer needs.
Conventional dairy producers get $14 per hundredweight for their milk. Organic producers get $34 per hundredweight. Organic milk sells for up to $10 per gallon in the Portland area. The higher price reflects higher production and operating costs.